Good morning, everybody. This is Nita Nay from Nita Nay's Books, Authors POV, here with another episode of interviews with the illustrious, the beautiful Dr. Mildred Dumas. She is an author, she is a writer. The book we're going to be talking about today is Black Eden. All right. Welcome, Dr. Dumas. Welcome, Dr. Dumas. Thank you for joining Nita Nay's Books. And so what I want you to initially do is tell people about yourself and what you're into right now.
Well, thank you. First, thank you so much for having me on your show. I
You're
am so
welcome.
appreciative. And I am Dr. Mildred Dumas. I am a naturopathic doctor, and that means I studied herbs instead of
Okay.
drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I am also a playwright and an author, and I'm an actress of stage, screen, and television. And that's about all about me this
All
morning.
right. Well, that's great. And we'll get into some more details about your authorship and your playwright and what you're doing right now. So tell us a little bit about Black Eden.
Black Eden is my fourth novel. And
Okay.
this is the one, this is the one that was released last year, 2019. And it is about the good and bad within a church.
Mm-hmm.
I also delve into the practice of tithing in
Mm-hmm.
that book.
Okay.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit more because I know you just said that that was your fourth book. So tell us a little bit about your other books. Give us a glimpse of what the cover looks like so the audience can kind of see them. Well, let's see Black Eden first, and then you can
All
start
right.
talking about the other books as well.
This is
Okay.
my Black Eden.
Okay.
Okay, my current novel. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But my first novel is entitled Bitter Inheritance. Not
Okay.
sweet, but bitter. And is
Right.
it bitter? It's about two women, one black and one white, who inherit into a thriving business. And
Oh,
to the dismay of the white woman, because it was her father who died and willed her and this other woman his thriving business. So she is out for revenge.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. A revenge. And so you have
Yes,
two other books.
yes, I do. Uh, this is Christmas Blessings. This was
Okay.
my third novel. Now, this is a senior citizen romance.
Okay.
People have just about, yeah, people have just about forgotten about us. You see, I'm
Mm-hmm.
87,
Right.
okay? And they
Bless
think
you.
when people, oh, God, honey, I'm trying my best. When they think, they think when people are middle aged or old, they shouldn't be thinking about romance. That's
Right.
just not true. My
Wow.
goodness. Uh, one never knows when one might fall into that thing called love. And now
Absolutely.
this woman loses her husband, so she's thrown back into the dating scene, which she doesn't know how to navigate because she was married for over 40 years.
Oh,
And
wow.
her
Okay.
yes, when the husband dies, then she becomes an instant babysitter for all of her grandchildren. They don't even call her to ask if she has time to babysit. They just drop the kids off.
Right.
Okay, so she she finally meets a man at the senior center,
Mm-hmm.
and they begin dating, much to the dismay of her children. Oh, they take her through the ringer, let me
Oh,
tell you.
wow. Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness! They even accuse her of forgetting about their dead father.
Oh,
You know.
wow. Okay.
Oh yeah. So anyway, but love triumphs in the end.
Right.
Okay. And just in case we have some senior citizens listening today, may I tell them how they can get their hands on my book?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. All right, this one is not up yet. Well, it was, but I don't know if it's still available out there on the internet. But I have copies. I can
Okay.
send personally autographed copies just call me. I still use the telephone.
Right.
661, yep, 661-265-9344, or email me at Dara, as in doctor, DUMAS12 at yahoo.com. And let me do that one again. Dara, DUMAS12 at yahoo.com. And I'll get an
Yay.
autograph copy out to you.
And
And
you said,
young people,
mhm,
young people who might be listening, this might be a perfect gift for your grandmother, your grandfather, your
right,
great grandmother,
absolutely.
while they're sitting at home now trying to survive this COVID thing.
Right.
I do a lot of reading. Yeah, they probably do a lot of reading too. So that'd be nice.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. And you're eating Black Eden and which one is the other one?
Bitter Inheritance.
Bitter Inheritance. They are both on Amazon. So I'll be posting everything in the comments description area of where you can contact Dr. Dumas for all of her books. And so tell us in regards to Black Eden, because this Black Eden is how I learned of you and started reading your book, and it is in print and ebook. So I ordered the ebook version, but I'm going to get a signed copy of her print book. Yes. And so tell me, how did you decide to write Black Eden? How did that come about?
Well, there are so many preachers in the country today who are ripping off their parishioners with the tithing thing. Scaring them with hellfire and brimstone if you don't tithe. And guess what's happening to the money? It's going into the preachers' pockets. They're buying multiple homes, fleets of cars, even jets, not just one, but jets that they declare they need to fly around the world to preach the gospel. Really? Right. That money is going into their pockets. They become richer and richer, living these exclusive lifestyles while some of their parishioners are trying to make it from day to day. Right. So this is why I wrote this. And I was initially just dealing with tithing. And the new preacher that came into the church, he'd been wanting this church for so long. His wife had told him, do not even try to become pastor of that church. Oh, wow. She told him it's the devil's playground, stay away from it. But then she died, and she had no more say-so over what he could do. Right. So the next time they wanted a pastor, he applied and he got the job. Oh, wow. So that's a brief synopsis about Black Eden. But what he just didn't know what he was getting into. Right. Because exactly. One of the head of the deacon board, the chairman of the deacon board, was the one who was involved in all of the corruption. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. And he wanted somebody that he thought he could corrupt, who would join the team. We hear so much about corrupt preachers. Well, I brought in a good one, and I'm letting the deacon corrupt him. So this is basically what Black Eden is about. Right, great. That is wonderful. So tell us who your audience is in regards to Black Eden. We know that the Christmas book is for our senior citizens. Who's your audience for Black Eden and your other books? Church folk for Black Eden. Okay. We got all this going on in the church. Okay. And we delve into the practice of tithing, and they might learn something. Because, yeah. Okay. So that's my target audience. But anyone who wants a good read, Black Eden is a good one. Okay. I guarantee you're going to like it.
Right. So what's been your most challenging aspect from in regards to your writing experience, period, from beginning to end? What has been your most challenging
Well, the
situation?
most challenging for this book, Black Eden, was ending it
Oh,
because
okay.
I started it maybe 15 more years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I got
Okay.
to a point where I just had to lay it down. And I wrote quite a few plays and
Mm-hmm.
another novel in between.
Okay.
And it was just sitting there until now, I'm already dealing with the practice of tithing.
Right.
My preacher, my deacon, corrupt deacon, is going to have the preacher to use the pulpit to entice people to pay 20% tithes instead of 10. That's as far as I
Wow.
got. As
Right.
far
Right.
because he has his hands in the money every Sunday. He and his cronies are taking money out of the collection plates,
Wow.
putting it
Okay.
into their
Mm-hmm.
pockets. Okay, so they're stealing from the church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then one day while looking at television, up popped a preacher, and his topic was Jesus wants you to stop tithing. And
Mm.
I'm saying, what? I had, I didn't know. I didn't Google for him to come up or whatever you do to
Right.
get these
Right.
programs to come up. He just popped up. And after he did his thing, then a lot of more preachers were popping up denouncing tithing. They said, we're not under the law anymore, the old law. We are under grace.
Mm-hmm.
So we give because we want to give. We give
Right.
what we want to give,
Mm-hmm.
not what's mandated that we should give. We got to give it, or God's gonna uh, let us have such bad luck that the money is gonna be gone anyway. So we need to
Right.
give it to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're scaring them with every kind of thing, especially in Malachi 3, 8, and 9. Well,
Mm-hmm.
would you rob God and all this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wrote this book, because I was
Mm-hmm.
just so tired of watching uh, people rip other people off.
Right. Right.
That's why I wrote Black Ink.
So what's been your most fun, interesting thing that's happened while you've written this book?
Comments from people
Okay.
about this book. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a book club. We had our meeting Tuesday night this week, three
Mm-hmm.
nights ago, and Black Eden was our book for this month.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yes, listening to people and their comments, their favorite characters, and relaying parts of the book that they really like. We had an interesting meeting the other night. It was great. So
Oh,
that's
wow. Great.
that yeah the what I get. I really enjoy the comments, and I'm glad that nobody had anything bad to say about it. They
Okay.
all
Okay.
just loved it. They
Mm-hmm.
loved it, and yeah.
So tell me, in regards to just in general, in all of your books, are there elements of Dr. Dumas within the pages?
Maybe a little some of my
Right,
ideals about things,
right, right.
like in somebody talked about hanging the keys at the back door, and I try to tell people, even through my books, I always say she shut the door and locked it. Like a
Right,
lot of people don't lock their doors.
exactly.
Why? I think that's quite crazy. And hanging keys at the back door. Anybody who comes into your house, they just take the key out with them when they leave, come back that night, rob you, do anything
Right,
they want to do. That's a bad habit. So I put
right.
little tidbits like that in it.
Oh,
And
good. That's
maybe
perfect.
and somebody talked about that the other night in book
Mm-hmm,
club. They
mm-hmm.
said that's a good point, because a lot of people just, and I don't know what they're thinking, even in this day and age. And I know you trust your friends, you trust your family,
Mm-hmm.
but you just never know what might happen. So don't do silly things like that.
Right,
And some of the elements that come out in some of the characters, they might be mean.
right.
I don't know.
That's wonderful. So as we're coming to somewhat of close, I just want, because I learned that you are a playwright. We met at it was a sponsor workshop over
Right,
there near LAX a while back. And so when you
right.
called me, I was like, oh my goodness, yes, I remember. And
I
so
didn't know how.
I want you to tell, because people think that, although you've probably been writing for a long time, when did
Since I was 10 years old,
wow,
and I'm now 87, so I've been writing a long
wow.
time.
Wow,
Mhm.
that is so it's never too late. You can start whenever you have the unction, from 10 all the way up to 97.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, so tell us a little bit about your playwright. Um,
Okay. I started off writing plays.
mhm,
After I'd written, I guess close to maybe 100 plays, I
mhm,
decided I would try my hand at the novel. Now, my main producer is in Inglewood, Miss
mhm,
Rochelle Williams at
mhm.
the Center for Positive Inglewood Center for Positive Living. She
Okay.
produces just about all of my plays. When I finish one, she produced it. So I have a following down there, and people are always
Mhm.
asking, when are you going to bring another play?
Right.
In fact, she was getting ready to do one last year, and then COVID hit one of my
Wow.
plays.
Right.
And we couldn't do it, but she has done a lot of them, and we always have full houses, a full
Wow.
house. And the last one I wrote was entitled The Grieving Widows Auxiliary. Now, that's a comedy,
Mhm.
and it went over so well, and she brought it back, and she brought it back, and she
Oh,
brought it back
wow.
because she
Okay.
kept asking for it. So she told me, I want you to write a part two.
Okay.
So I wrote a part two,
Right.
and it went
Okay.
off really well. So we
Okay.
traveled with it a little, and
Mhm.
so um, this, and I got a following in Newhall at the main
Okay.
theater. That's where we were
Mhm.
going. We did my first production in February. It was a Black History show. Did it at my church out here in Palmdale, the New Freedom Christian Assembly.
Mhm.
Had three good showings with full houses, but we hadn't heard about the COVID.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so
Okay.
February 22nd and 23rd, I was scheduled to go up at the main theater in New Hall, California, with my next production, which is titled When the Past Comes Back. And this
Okay.
is my drama about sorority hazing. Now,
Oh,
I
wow.
received 7 NAACP Theater Awards nominations for that one in 2001.
Okay.
Okay, so I was bringing it back because of recent hazing incidents
Mhm.
where
Mhm.
students were killed. People just don't get the message. So I was bringing it back, and I speak my concerns from the stage
Right.
and in my book. So I was bringing that one back. And after we finished the stage play, we were planning on shooting the movie. I have
Okay.
written the movie script for that one.
Mhm.
So we were going into our movie productions with some of my plays. Now, Black Eden, my first novel, I wrote the screenplay for that.
Oh,
So we
wow.
were going,
Okay.
yeah. So I do my plays, and then if they are really popular, and I think they have a message, then I was planning on doing the movie version
Okay. Okay.
of them.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
now Black Eden on Bitter Inheritance is a mystery thriller. It
Mhm.
might not have a whole lot of messages, but it might have a few. But
Right.
when the past comes back, that did have an urgent message.
Right.
You
Right.
send your children to college to get an education, and they come home in a casket.
Oh,
That's
wow.
just not right
Jesus.
because of foolishness and
Right.
other people. Yeah, like no concern for other people's lives.
Lives. Right.
Okay, that's basically, yeah, my plays. I have a lot of them that have
Mhm.
played in theaters around the country. So I've had some success with my
Oh,
plays.
wow. That is a blessing. Dr.
Thank
Dumas,
you.
thank you so much for coming on here. And I really appreciate your life, your legacy, because those of us who write want to leave a legacy, and we want to leave a good one. And I think you're going to leave a good one.
Thank you. I'm going to work hard at it.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I thank you. And her website will be up soon, and we will let you know when it's available.
Thank you.
Go check her out. Buy her book, Black Eden, Bitter Inheritance. And if you want to contact her, we'll have the information below where you can contact her for her Christmas blessing and her, what's the name of the other book? The
one I didn't talk about. It's called Facades. That was my second book. Facades. I didn't talk about it. It's people, places, and things are not what they appear to be. Okay. I have 4 couples who are friends and they pal around together, but some of the husbands are cheating. Okay. I have a madam who is hiding her whorehouse, other establishment, right, inside a store that she owns. Okay. And so, people, places, and things are not really what they're right. So that's my Facades.
Okay. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you. I will keep in contact with you, definitely.
Yes, ma'am. We shall keep in contact.
Come and see your play, or when it's ever in the theaters, I will definitely support, because I really appreciate you. I appreciate your time, your candor. I appreciate your atmosphere, your environment, your character, all of that. I really do. And so I want to thank Dr. Dumas again. Go out and get Black Eden, Bitter Inheritance, Christmas Blessing, and People's, Places, and Things.
Facade.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me. God bless.
Thank you. Take care.